Today's story comes from the Reddit user Gdokim. I drove through a town that didn't exist. Several years ago, I was driving to my parents' house for the Christmas holidays. Normally, I would have left a day early. We live in different states. But I had to work overtime, so I got a late start. Since I needed to be there the next day, I decided to search for a shortcut. Searching my phone, I found one that I was not familiar with, but I decided to take my chances anyway. According to my GPS though, the exit for the road I would be traveling was about 2 miles away. After driving for about 10 minutes, I found myself exiting on Route 50, which according to my GPS would take me the rest of the way to my parents' house. The road was located in a very rural area of the state, so I figured that the reason for the absence of cars was that. Even the road itself was bumpy and full of potholes, so people probably avoided it for these reasons too. Anyway, the road was surrounded by forest on both sides, and I noticed there were no light posts either, making it very dark. As I continued to drive while listening to Christmas songs on the radio, I began to feel sleepy, nearly crashing my car into a ditch, jolting me wide awake. Using my phone as a source of light, I got out of my car to assess the damage, and noticed a sign that read Pottsville, 1 mile. Finding no visible damage to my car or the sign, I decided to continue driving. I noticed though that I was beginning to feel hungry, and remembering the sign for Pottsville, I decided I would have a bite there since I had to drive through the town anyway. Upon entering Pottsville, it appeared normal enough, but the further I drove into the town, the more I began to notice something was off. The buildings themselves appeared to be void of color, like something straight out of an old black and white movie. But even stranger though were the people. The people who I swear were walking backwards, like somebody rewinding a movie. On top of that, they were flicking in and out, reminding me of a computer glitch. These people seemed to be obvious to me, as I continued staring at them, nearly running a red light in the process. I instantly hit my brakes, causing my car to come to a screeching halt. Things got even weirder. As soon as I hit my brakes, everybody turned their head towards me, all the while flickering as they stood there, staring at me. Red light or not, that was my cue to get the hell out of that town. As I sped off, I looked into my rearview mirror and saw that the people were still standing there, unmoving, as they watched me leave town. When I passed the "Leaving Pottville's" sign, there were several police officers. They were flickering too, waiting for me as they barricaded the road. Not wanting to wait around, I quickly drove through the barricade, not looking back once. It was around 3 in the morning when I finally made it to my parents' house. Luckily, unscathed, with no damage to my car either. The following year, I decided to take the same route despite my ordeal, and to my surprise, there was no town. No sign of people, nothing. Almost like the town never existed. To add to the mystery, the road that led into town was actually now a dead end. I don't care if anybody believes me or not, because I know what I experienced was real. Anyway, here's a warning for you. If you ever are driving down Route 50 and happen to stumble upon the town of Pottsville, avoid it at all cost, or you might not be able to escape as easy as I did. The end. This has been Grey Stories. I hope you liked them. Good night.